Hi, this is Jeff Lesher with What's the Point? And we're going to continue down this path of stupid leader tricks or stupid reader tricks, depending on how you think about this, because I just read something this morning which spoke so directly and not in a good way to this pet peeve that I've expressed over the last several weeks, which are lists upon lists upon lists of the things that leaders need to be able to do to be more effective. And this was 8 communication styles that leaders must know and master. 8, and not only 8 things, but 8 styles. Which wasn't really what the author meant, but that's the way that the blog was framed. And number 2 was focused on a very important skill in communication, perhaps the most important skill in communication, which is listening. But the advice was that if you want to be a better listener, and I am not making this up, if you want to be a better listener, talk less. Okay, so now you're so much smarter because I just told you shut up, and now you're a better listener. Wow, imagine the leading that I can do. So let me try to put some constructive, productive meat on the bones here, because I don't want you to be the victim of stupid reader tricks, which is authors giving you bull and sending you out to be better without any real counsel or insight into the purpose of that. Something that we run into a lot are conversations that are not had, and then the disappointment over a lack of productivity among the people with whom the conversations aren't held. In other words, if you've got a manager whose performance you don't find up to snuff, it's either negative or it's just not as positive as it could be, and you're not having a conversation with them about those ways in which they're falling short of the mark and ways in which you think they might raise their game. That's sort of the deficit side of things. The plus side, the even more important side, the side that you should be doubling and tripling down on, is somebody who's doing things that you really value and making sure they know that you do, understand what's involved in their doing it, and find out how you can make it easier for them, how you can get more of it, and maybe how you can get them to help you get others to do that as well. This is something I've talked about a lot, and I'm going to keep talking about it until most people responsible for managing other people at whatever level start doing it. Because too few people spend the majority of their time with the people they value the most. And in too few cases, regardless of who the performer is, the manager, the leader, the direct supervisor is not having a conversation with them about how to get to that point. But the listening that you're supposed to be doing, I didn't forget about that, is a combination of all that you're taking in, and then how you're processing it, and most importantly, the ways in which somebody can put that perspective to good use. You're observing them, you're hearing from others, you're hearing from them directly. You're hopefully asking some questions, especially about things that you want them to know about, to understand better, to be doing or doing more of. And how close to the mark are they coming in what they know, and how effectively are they presenting what they know? This article that I referenced also referred to nonverbal body language. So I hate to be a critic, but I'm just here to say that all body language is nonverbal. Verbal is verbal. So if you're going to be an expert on the 8 styles that you must master in communications to be an effective leader, at least be able to properly represent them. That's the kind of thing that irritates me. And if the author is listening, I'm giving you this feedback. I'm helping you. I'm communicating with you. I'm sharing with you how you can be better. So listening is, in fact, important. And it's about way more than talking less. Sure, that's a clever way to get you closer to listening, stop talking, but it has very little to do with what you hear, and more importantly, most importantly, I would offer, what you do with that information, how you share it back, how you build on the things that you value and encourage people to give you more, and you actively support them better. That's what listening is about. That's how you change the nature of the game you find yourself playing over and over. It's not a passive process, it's an active one. And it requires that you do something with what you hear and observe, and then help others be even better through that process, which ties them, interestingly, but not ironically, closer to you and creates a surrogate through which you can see value created as well. That's why the highest level contributors create value at an exponential level. It's not just the people they interact with directly, it's the people who the people they interact with directly interact with. And that really grows the community in a significant way. So don't just talk less, really listen, and then talk better, because that is the point.